I was going to say this. Yeah. The sound was great when you were talking about others. Are we live? Okay.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Railroad Hobby Show. I'm here with John Sacerdoti, the show director.
Hey, how you doing?
John, welcome. Tell us about the show this weekend.
Oh, man. This has been the weekends of all weekends. Yesterday, we had our worst attendance ever in my history, which is 19 years. But it was because of the blizzard, because of COVID, a little bit, probably a combination of the two. But today, Sunday, we're jammed. So we're looking really good. And it's 3 o'clock. It's been steady all day. So we're predicting 7,000 to 8,000 people today. We had about 2,000 yesterday. So if we could finish about half of our normal, if we finish at 10,000 people, we're going to be in pretty good shape.
The diehards weren't missing the show this weekend, huh?
What's funny about this, the diehards did not miss, and as a result, the exhibitors are really happy. They're always happy because the diehards always come. We're not so happy because we don't get the gate, but you know what? In the end, I'm in for the long haul. So we're able to promote the hobby. We're able to finally do this again, get back to a little bit of normalcy. So I'm pleased so far.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Amherst Railway Society?
Yes, this is the 54th show for the Amherst Railway Society. It started way back when, up in the student union of the UMass Amherst building, up north about, probably from here about 30 miles. And they eventually outgrew it. And as they started down here, they had 2 buildings, and they asked me if I wanted to help, and so we expanded it when I was show director to about the maximum what we have. There aren't any more winterized buildings here, but we have 350,000 square feet, and if you do the math, there's 40-some thousand square feet an acre. It's about 8.5 acres, 9 acres maybe. So that's when we take some outside space as well. But this year we actually have a steam locomotive indoors, which is kind of good.
That steam locomotive was actually the very locomotive that started my love affair with trains.
Oh, that's cool.
Back at Edaville Railroad.
Yeah, I actually heard you say that.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and so it's fun. And those guys love coming down. And so there's a little of everything. Historical societies, tons of layouts. There's probably 45 or so layouts this year. 31 new exhibitors. So it's really kind of cool that we're doing all these things. And there's something for everybody. Obviously, manufacturers with new product release, scale trains, like I believe we're going to talk to in a sec, came out with a new product. That's why I like, people say, why do you have the show in January? From a business standpoint, we get killer hotel rates because no one else wants to stay up here. So
yeah.
We get great hotel rates, and it's the kickoff of the season, so we get a lot of product release here. So there's a lot of good reasons. It's funny. I'm watching a couple of emails, and every time I go to the show, it snows. Well, actually, if you look at the map, the history of which I have for the last 19 years. It snows once about every 6 years. So about 15 or so % of the time, we have bad weather. And it's usually not that bad. This was a combination of wind. We only got 5 inches of snow, but the wind made it ridiculous. And with a little bit of a cold scare mixed in. But I am so glad we are back because we were the last national show. We are now back this show. Somebody had to go first. And you need to let people know that things are fine. And everybody, I'd say about 50 to 60% of people are masked up. I actually am, but I'm not during the broadcast. But just do the thing that you think is right. And everything is hunky-dory, as they say. So we're in good shape.
So what about next year, 2023? You gonna stop the snow for us next year?
Yes. Because we had the bad snow, so we're good for another 4 or 5 years now.
Okay.
So one would hope. So it's, and then next year it's the same comparable weekend. So we're booked about 3 years in advance. So next year we're 28, 29 of January. So the 28th and 29th instead of the 29th and 30th. But it's always usually the last weekend in January. We try to avoid the Super Bowl. And for a while I was doing it just right. I was in between the AFC and NFC championship game and the Super Bowl. But when they extended the season on me this year, I already had the dates booked for 2 years.
But this is like the Super Bowl of trains here.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm so surprised the we're doing okay because the championship games started 3 times. Thank God that Tom Brady and the New England Patriots are not in it this year, so we've got a good crowd still sticking around.
Excellent, excellent. John, thanks so much for having us. We're going to take a walk and talk and go visit some vendors and give our fans a ground tour of the show.
All right, listen, thanks for having me on, and I appreciate it. And, all aboard, all you folks out there. I've got my conductor suit on for today.
Excellent. Thank you, John. All right, guys. John Sacerdoti, show director here at the Amherst Railroad Hobby Show for 2022. Let's see, we got Bruce with us, and we're going to take a quick walk through the building and see who we can chat with. We've got some of our friends over here at Hatton's. Maybe we'll take over.
Talking with the selfie side because the mic is facing you. Hardly hear John.
Let's do a little walk and talk, shall we?
Sorry, Dave.
Starting off here in the Better Living Center. If you were with us here yesterday, we'll start here in the BLC and take a trip around. I think we briefly stopped yesterday at a booth actually run by one of our moderators, Neil. Neil's train layout. It does some phenomenal little LEDs in scale vehicles, fire trucks, police cars, construction equipment, that kind of thing. So I think we'll go chat with Neil and get some more information on these cars. They're fascinating to me. You know, I have a hard enough time tying my shoes, let alone trying to get little lights into these cars. That must be maddening. And quick shout out to Steve and Hillary there in the UK. Thank you very much for the super chat. We appreciate you. But we're going to sneak up on Neil here, and Neil's going to tell us all about his booth here at East Coast Circuits.
How are you?
Good. Neil, tell us about all these phenomenal little LEDs you've got in the cars.
So what you see here is our line of custom lighted vehicles. We take vehicles from Walthers, Athearn, Ricoh, Bush, and Atlas, and we install custom lighted vehicles. So what you see here on the Athearn display, we've got some of the old-fashioned Ford pumper trucks. We've got some of the little bit more modern pumper trucks. We've got the telescope truck on the end there. And we put anywhere from 18 to 28 LEDs in them.
So guys, 18 to 28 LEDs in some of these. Teeny tiny, just...
Oh, absolutely. So you can see the details that I'm going to point out. You've got your flashing lights on the front here. You've got your headlights. You've got your top-mounted lights. And on the back there, you see you've got some spotlights there. On the tail lights, we really go at it. So we're going to show you to your left once you swing over here. So this is the line of Walthers Scenemaster fire trucks. We got the top here. This is a pumper truck, and this pumper truck is lit up to the what they call the NFPA, National Fire Protection Association. I may be a little off on the wording, but we were told by a retired firefighter that it is lit up 100% prototypically. This one here is our hazmat truck, has 34 LEDs. You can see some of the scene lights that we have on and across the top, and you can see the lights on the back here, and everything is lit up as prototypically as possible. This one here, this is brand new. This is the Walthers Scenemaster ambulance. So we had to make some changes to it. We actually flipped out the cab. It normally comes with an International 4900 cab. We put the International 7600 cab on it so that we can put the alternating headlights on it. And you can see on it some of the details there that we do. You got some scene lights on the side and the flashing lights. Then for the real hardcore enthusiast, we've taken some of the River Point Station Ford Expeditions and we made them in a deluxe version. These vehicles here have 38 LEDs on them. What we do is the inside has 18 assorted LEDs. It's got 4 lighting patterns, and then we added running board lights on both sides.
Now, what scale is this for? Is this a HO
This
scale?
is all HO scale that you've seen. We also do O scale on a custom order basis as well.
O scale on custom order basis, huh?
Absolutely.
All right.
We've done a few other things. We also do circuits. We do some crossing signal circuits. This is one of our most popular. This is our dual track crossing signal circuit. and we've paired it up with the Walthers crossbucks. And down the road, thanks to you and Virtual Railfan, we hope to announce the crossing belt to go with it.
Excellent,
and
excellent.
that's going to be for a future production.
All right, Neil, thank you very much.
Mike, thank you so much.
Guys here at East Coast Circuits, I'm gonna give a shot here. Their cards, so you can get their web address, their phone number, and contact information. Again, HO scale primarily and O scale on custom order. Give Neil a call and tell him we sent you. Again, thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Mike.
How's the show been? Pretty good?
Great.
Excellent.
Great.
All right, appreciate it. All right, guys, back to the floor. We're going to continue on through the Better Living Center and see what we can see. Now, I know all you guys that are watching are thinking about what you'd like to get me for Christmas this year. This is it. So, if one of you guys wants to get it, or if you want to pool your money to get it, you let me know. I'll give you my address, and I'll be here to accept it graciously. No, seriously, I'd love to have one of these. I think that'd be super fun to get out on some abandoned track or at a museum and take a ride. Anyway, we're gonna continue the walk here through the BLC. Maybe we can go over and see our friends at Hatton's and see what they're up to today. We'll hit all the buildings here, so stay tuned. Hey guys. Hey, how are you? I'm Mike with Virtual Railfan. Can you guys tell our viewers a little bit about what you guys do?
Yeah. Okay. So we've just started a new location in the USA, which is based out of Fremont, Nebraska. So we do a lot of buying of home collections. So anything you've got, be it one or two wagons or cars or locomotives, up to thousands and thousands of piece collection. We're interested in it. We will go on our website and list it through our own listing site. You can send us an email with a list attached, or you can even post us a list to our UK address. We will make you an offer. If you accept the offer, we'll organise for delivery at our own cost. That can be FedEx pick-up, or we can sometimes we can pick items up. We did a collection a couple of weeks ago in Vegas where we just went U-Haul, bring it all the way back to Nebraska. So that's one of the things we're here for. We're also promoting, we will be distributing from that one location some US items we're getting off the US market in a big way now. So yeah, we're doing that.
Hatton's itself, I mean, we've been going around since 1996 in the UK. Obviously, we're one of the biggest and most favourite retailers in the UK. And we just thought it was about time we came over here to the States as well to serve customers better over here. And as Dave said, it's going to make it a lot easier for us to trade in collections. We sell a lot more stuff over in the States and be better delivery options for you guys as well. So we just really want to be here and be part of the US railroad community as well as the UK.
Fantastic. And how can our viewers get a hold of you guys? What's your web address?
We've got two web addresses. So the one for the retail site is hattons.co.uk, and the one for trading in items for the pre-owned side is hattonsmodernmoney.com. So they're the two websites to go to. Or if you just Google Hattons Modern Railways, you'll find us there. There's links between both sites on the site, and there's all the information you're going to need there. There's YouTube videos describing and showing you what we do and everything like that. So yeah, head over to hattons.co.uk or hattonsmodernmoney.com.
And check us out on social media.
Awesome.
Facebook, Instagram,
Twitter, YouTube, we're all over the place.
All right. Hey, listen, we appreciate it, and best of luck in your venture here in the U.S. And welcome.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. You guys have a great show. Thank you. All right, guys. I think we're going to continue on here, and I'm sure we'll go check out some layouts here shortly. Let's see if Shane can give us a couple of minutes of his time over here at Scale Trains. They just announced their new 4-axle locomotive, the Jeep 30. First 4-axle locomotive for the scale trains, folks. And definitely looking forward to it. Looking like they're, if you did a pre-order for these, you'll likely take delivery in the fall of later this year, October, November-ish. And I'm sure they can update you on further on as that time gets closer. But man, the detail on these things is just absolutely amazing. Typical scale trains fashion, all the details. Everything you've come to expect and even more from the scale trains, folks. Several road names in the first run. I'm sure several more to come. They seem to take care of the crowds pretty well. Looks like we've bumped into Shane.
Hey, Mike.
Shane, tell us about this weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
And you got to speak up because audio's not the best.
All right. Well, I can be loud. First of all, thank you guys for your help yesterday and really appreciate Bristol Railfan. It's good having neighbors right here at the show and neighbors in Tennessee. So for us, Saturday, it was a little slow getting started, but it was steady all day long. We made the G30 announcement at 11 yesterday, and crowd was steady. Folks in the booth all day. Today's been a little busier. Roads are clear now, and I've been talking to folks who've had to drive in from some distances. It's kind of interesting because yesterday we were talking to people who had come in from down in the south or from faraway distances. If they would have came in on Friday, all the local folks from like Boston and Hartford and New York, New Jersey drove up today. So a lot of the people that we normally see, and it's been a great show. Really glad that we are here, and it's fun to be back and seeing people. It's been 2 years since the last railroad outage.
Oh yeah, and the GP30, the announcement went quite well, huh?
Yeah, we've been real happy. We announced I think about 6 new road names and a couple of new versions, like the G30Bs have never been done before, the CSX roadmate slugs, and many more road names and versions to come down the road. So pre-orders are off to a great start. I think this could be one of our most successful locomotives today.
And the first 4-axle, correct?
Yeah, this is our first 4-axle locomotive, and not the last. There's a hint for the folks that are listening.
Ah, not the last. We'll try to get it out of them here in a minute. And you're also right in the middle of the Scale Trains road trip. What's your next stop?
So the road trip, we leave again in 2 weeks. We're going south where it's warm, right? We're going to Florida. I think we've got about 7 dates now scheduled. Probably going to add a couple of more. And then this summer, we're going out to the Pacific Northwest. Be out there probably 8 to 10 weeks. And then this fall, we're coming back to New England, and we'll be this way for probably about 4 weeks. So many more dates scheduled for this year, and then more again in 23.
I've got a couple of viewers asking about the STL39s. What's the story with those? Are they available?
I sigh there because we just learned that the boat that they're coming over on has been delayed by 2 weeks. They were supposed to be unloaded off this past Friday. Now it looks like it's going to be the middle of February.
So not too long.
Not too long. They're definitely on the wait list. We actually have 3 containers on the way right now. Dash 9s are coming, SDL 39s and HO. We've got the HO big blow turbines, and then of course the HO BNSF 25th anniversary ES44s, and the HO and water tenders are all on the water on the way to us on 3 separate containers.
Fantastic. Shane, thanks so much. I'm going to take a quick peek at these STL39s, give our viewers a closer look. All right, guys. That was Shane at Scale Trains telling us all about the upcoming Jeep 30s. And, of course, you can check out their website, scaletrains.com. They've got all kinds of other goodies, HO and N scale, locomotives, freight cars, accessories. Detail on these is just stunning. All right, we're going to continue the walking tour, and Bruce, where are we headed next?
Why don't we take a walk across to the Young Building?
Let's go to the Young Building. So yesterday, if you were tuned in on this walk and talk, when we went outside, the weather outside was definitely frightful. The sun's out today, no snow. We've got all the snow left over from yesterday, but it's not snowing. But it's also not any warmer either. This morning on the way over to the show, it was about 3 degrees, and that was 3. Felt more like 0. And everybody can enjoy the Railroad Hobby Show, even your pup. All right, we're leaving the Better Living Center, headed over to the Young Building. That's where we were last year. However, our new home here is going to be next to Scale Trains at future shows. As you can see, it's a little bit easier to walk across today than it was yesterday when the snow was blowing sideways. We're here at the Railroad Hobby Show, West Springfield, Mass, at the Big E. Back in person this year. Beautiful New England day. Definitely a little frosty. Just a little frosty. It's a lot easier to walk over here today than it was yesterday. All right, change of plan, guys. Since we're right here at the Y, we're going to go ahead and hit the Strobe Building first. We've got some great layouts here in the Strobe Building, so we'll check those out and talk to some friends over there.
Yeah, there you go. Talk to friends.
Now this layout is definitely worthy of some ribbons here. These guys are no strangers to obviously winning Best in Show, and you can see why. Let's see if we can get around here and maybe spot a train coming by us. Just phenomenal detail on these. Really wild. All right, let's go on the other side of this layout here. There's just so much to see. These are one of the shows. It's it's almost difficult to take it all in just a short weekend. Let you take a look straight down the main line there. Some of the details are just stunning.
Yeah, it's on those there. Yeah, it's really close. All right, thanks a lot.
I watched your show. I watched your location.
All right. Great looking bridge scene here too. I think we hit this yesterday briefly. Matter of fact, I think we caught the same train yesterday coming over this bridge. And while it's not a real train, we definitely got one coming. Yeah, J. Cure, definitely neat tower. All right, we're going to continue on here in the Strobe Building. Next up is going to be the Young Building. We'll sneak across the aisle and head over to the Young Building. We're also going to stop and have a chat with the folks over at the main narrow gauge. They're the folks that brought the locomotive into the building, and they're going to be running some special trips here in April. Number 3 will be going home to home rails at Edaville Railroad. And we'll check that out here in just a few minutes. All right, welcome to the Young Building. We'll actually show you guys where our camera's mounted. Now, this was the Young Building is where we had the camera back in 2020. And as you can see it up there on the pole, we put this camera in the same place as we did last year. Our booth was actually right here before we moved over to the BLC. But that's where we're watching from here in the Young Building. St. Mary's Railroad. All right, onward to the Young Building. Check out some more of these layouts.
I'll never have the opportunity.
Plenty of talent in this building, I tell you what. An abundance of it. This is the Bristol S Gauge group. All right, we're going to continue on here to the Young Building. Check out some more of these layouts. There's a ton of real, definitely some large layouts over in the Mallory Building, which we'll visit next. It looks like this one over here is a G-scale layout. Garden scale. If you guys are any Great Northern fans on the chat today, this one's for you. Anything you can think of trains is here. Another nice large scale HO layout. All right, back on the move here in the Young Building. All right, here we go, big boy fans. Yeah, I certainly can't imagine there's too many turntables that are large enough to turn one of those monsters around.
Wow. Cool. Very nice.
Thank you.
Get down in.
Star Wars pit.
Interesting. So this one's for you Star Wars fans. All right. I think we'll go ahead and head over to the Mallory Building. Over here in the Mallory Building, I think we're going to talk to the folks there at the main narrow gauge and ask them what their plans are for later this year. I know they made a special announcement yesterday about trucking number 3 down to Edaville and running it on the old main line. So we'll chat with them. A bunch of other large layouts in here as well, so we'll be sure to check them out. Appreciate you guys joining us this weekend. It's been chilly, that's for sure. Yeah, today feels like a heat wave compared to yesterday when the snow was blowing sideways. And just for the record, we did feed Bruce last night. I know some of you were concerned. Some folks donated to make sure Bruce got dinner. We did feed him. Two Rails, thank you so much. We appreciate your kindness. Andrew Rovers, thank you. Bruce, they're donating again. It looks like we're going to have to feed you dinner again.
Sounds good to me, huh?
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. We'll make sure Bruce gets dinner yet again.
My diet, thanks you.
Again, appreciate you guys. Definitely thank you for the super chats. And this is the Dry Hill Model Railroad Club is what we just saw. Out of Montague, Mass. Railfan, BNSF 45, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Coca-Cola train. Jay Cure, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm not going to tell Bruce about the cocktail part, but.
Thanks, Jay Cure.
Oh, he too late, Jay Cure. He caught me. I guess we're gonna have to pay dinner and a cocktail. I don't see Bruce arguing with us about it, so. All right. Mallory Building, we'll continue back to where the layouts are located here in the Mallory Building. This is the best smelling building out of all of them because the food truck's here. Guys, thanks again for the super chats. Really appreciate it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is this? What is this? So this is interesting. A dinosaur at a train show.
Dinosaur show next weekend.
It looks like he's hungry. I wonder if the dinosaur likes children. He's sniffing the child out. Oh, now he spotted us. I wasn't expecting to see this at a train show, but here we are. Hopefully it's friendly. Do you think we should try and pet it? Oh, I don't think it liked that. Oh. Interesting. Well, that's one way to keep hands off the model railroad layouts is to have a dinosaur security. Let's see if we can get away from this thing without being eaten. West Shore Model Railroad Club. They've got how appropriate, they've got a snowplow going. Yeah, shout out to the Boy Scouts of America. All right, we'll continue down here to the back side of the Mallory Building. Check out a few more layouts. And looks like this one's going to be the New England Fremo modular model railroading in HO. Say that 3 times fast. Side here where the clown is. Yeah, we had some lagging yesterday here at the in this side of the building. This building's all steel, so. Yeah, today's the last day of the show. Show closes at 5 p.m. today, and then we'll start breaking down. We'll get everything broken down tonight, and then head back to the great state of Tennessee tomorrow morning. We're going to continue on down the line here in the Mallory Building. And again, this was the New England Fremo modular model railroading. Neat stuff. We got a little propane spur. I'm sure you guys have one of those in your town. I know I do. You knew, man. Get a line forming so you can ring the bell here in number 3. This is a 2-foot gauge locomotive. www.mainlocomotive.com for more information. They're going to truck this down to Edaville here in April and run it on the old main line in Edaville. And we'll
Are you breaking up housekeeping? Sure. Ryan, what could you do on the
Oh, looks like they got the front smoke box cover open, so we're going to take a peek at that. Not often you get to peek inside one of these beasts. Interesting. Hannah? You can hop up in the cab and ring the bell. We might let Bruce do that later if he behaves himself.
Thank you. Please, please, please.
All right, we're going to chat with Hannah from the Maine Locomotive and Machine Works. They're the folks that brought down number 3. Matter of fact, Hannah brought number 3 down. She trucked it down from Maine. We saw her arriving on Friday and had to go and have a chat.
What are we doing?
And we'll get her to tell us a little bit about what they're doing and what their plans are for the year.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's everything. Otherwise, how long you been
I've been part-time with them.
Bruce, Bill Barr wants you to ring the bell.
I will do my best. However, there are a number of people in line who might be very upset if I jump up ahead of them. just to ring the bell.
We don't want to make any children cry, do we?
No, the last thing we want to do is make these children cry.
Okay.
They've been standing.
Poor connection, this building.
Is it? Yeah. All right. So.
Wait, who's calling?
Hey, can I call you right back? All right. How do you get in here?
See, this stuff is so much better.
Billboard, there is a line of people that I would be disappointing were I to jump in ahead of them to ring that bell.
Nice.
What's the biggest thing you got? This one, you've got, well, I fully understand where you're coming from.
I like that. I like that. That's the difference. You're all new. We don't have any money. That's all we have.
You're smart because parts, and we're looking at that rod, our eccentric rods are exact. Yes. Yep.
Bear with us for a couple of moments, folks. We're just getting some things in order here. We'll be right back with Mike in just a moment. Seems like this part of the building's big.
More volume when you talk.
Again, this is the main locomotive and machine works display. They brought their steam engine right inside the building, so everybody could get a real good look at it. And as you can see, there is quite a line of people who want to do just that. I hear you about ringing the bell.
No, I've gone to older school. Like, yeah, not quite that. No, and they have a talent. Yeah. Great. But I want to kind of go around in my son's chat. No, it has to be in a city layout. So we're all done. But I can mind it. Her arms are too short.
All right, guys, let's continue on, and we'll go chat with Hannah, and she can tell us a little bit about number 3 and what their plans are for this year with the locomotive. Good to have you guys with us. Hannah, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
Good. So you brought number 3 down.
I did.
Tell us about that experience. We saw you pulling on Friday.
Well, we have an 86 Mack Model R with a trailer that tilts and has a winch on it. And we do quite a bit of travel with this thing. The truck's a bit slow, but it gets there every time, it seems to.
You were saying you were standing on the throttle coming down, huh?
I was, yeah. Pretty much. The hills on the Mass Pike are really fun in that truck.
A lot of people looking, and
Yeah, I think.
I can imagine seeing a locomotive going down the freeway.
Yes, lots of thumbs up.
Gather some attention.
A few people got in the left lane and started filming, which made me a little nervous, but
Right.
It's fun to see the excitement, though.
What are you guys doing number 3 this year? I heard you made a big announcement yesterday.
Yeah, we're going to take it to Edaville Railroad in Carver, Mass. We're going to run it out part of the old main line that's still there. It's a rare experience because trains don't generally run out there. So it'll be there April 23rd and 24th. And the tickets are available on our website at mainlocomotive.com.
And those tickets are on sale now?
Yes, they are on
Awesome.
sale now, and it should be a lot of fun because we're going to have also a double header, and there will be lots of photo opportunities.
What's it going to double head with?
Double head with number 11, which is the current Edaville steam engine down there.
Awesome.
And that will be running all day as well on the smaller loop that exists now.
Okay, so what do you suggest now? What loop? The original loop, or
So the original loop is no longer there, but there's a little leg of it that will be taking number 3 out and the double header as well. So you can
Okay.
either buy a double header ticket or just ride behind number 3, and that gets you in for the day. And then there's now the small loop that goes around the amusement park, and we'll have number 11 will be running around that loop all day, and you can ride that as many times as you want. So, and
are you guys expecting that to sell out fast? People should get their tickets now.
it's possible. We've had a lot of interest. I've given out. We have a card, and a lot of people have taken cards. And the double header is the smallest capacity. So if you like to ride behind 2 steam engines, that's probably going to sell it the fastest.
That's awesome. We wish you guys the best of luck.
All right,
Thank you so
thanks
much.
so much.
Mainlocomotive.com for tickets.
I believe so. Yes. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Hannah.
thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to continue on through we'll get through this Mallory Building here pretty quick, and then it's going to be time to pack up and go back to Tennessee. I'll spin this around because I'm sure you guys don't want to see my mug. There we go. Another layout here. We'll give you a peek at Maggie the Clown. And then we'll wrap it up. I know there was a couple of you asking about Maggie the Clown, so.
Was the Japanese
called the Shinkansen. True or false? True or false? Does it sound right? They're saying false. They're saying false. Say false. Well, I have in my Wikipedia train trivia question, it said it was true. The first night.
All right, guys, coverage is getting spotty. We're gonna go ahead and head back to the BLC.
I think it's a relative of the Wisconsin.
We certainly appreciate you guys tuning in. Another couple hours here at the Railroad Hobby Show here in West Springfield at the Big E. Show dates next year.